You mentioned before Veronica Mars. Warner Brothers not doing a film, just generally, under $50 million, you mentioned. Don't you think it will be tough for Warner Brothers, a couple of people, executives, to compete with a Kickstarter when you have tens of millions of people that could get together, fund something of interest to them, or a long tail thing, something smaller or whatever, and as you guys grow, more people learn of Kickstarter, even though every bit's universally known, that you will have a scale not only to have underneath the 50 million, but eventually really to almost bypass some of these old traditional corporations.
I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. I still think that there's a limit to the scale that a Kickstarter can go, because like with the movie, like you get to have free riders. You get to have people who aren't putting up money. Like with Kickstarter, talking about people who are willing to pay for culture, or like pay for things. And that's already a smaller segment of the population. Because if like a movie, you get the passive viewer on HBO or whatever. But I see the promise, and obviously I believe in it. But I do think that there are perceptions in certain parts of the experience in these industries that will limit. And for artists, like making it is actually having a gatekeeper that represents you. Like making it is having a manager or an agent and not just being a person in the world. So I think people being fully independent on their own is nice in theory, but in reality it's like, it's great when other people do it. It's like one of those things people don't want to do for themselves.